AJ's Creations. I am back, and I am late again. It's been 48 days since my last Flosstube. Sorry about that, folks. But you know what? Sometimes you just can't film. Okay, hold on a second. You try to put on a little lip gloss for the video, and then your hair sticks to it, right? Okay. Anyway, I have been up to quite a bit in these last 7 weeks. And it wasn't just all sitting around eating bonbons, let me tell you what. Although I did have a couple of good adventures. Well, one great adventure, one not so great adventure. But let's start off with all my completely finished objects. I have quite a few today. And let me just say that of these fully finished items, all but one were started, finished, and fully finished since my last video. Again, not just sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Okay, first up is the Halloween bowl from Doreen Jones. Now, what she gives you is the pattern for these 3 designs, and you stitch them each twice, okay, to make the outside of the bowl. Her original colors were a bright purple, a neon pink, and a neon green. It did not look Halloween-y to me. So I changed that to orange, purple, and a tiny little bit of green here and there, but not much. And I like it much better. And can I tell you a hilarious story of, I'm not going to say I'm an idiot, but I'm slightly mentally challenged, just a bit. I was most of the way through stitching the first one of these when I realized it was a ghost. The entire time that I had been looking at the pattern and stitching the pattern, I was like, it's so weird. Like, what does a lizard have to do with Halloween? Now, granted, I find most lizards and snakes creepy and but like Halloween creepy, not so much. And as I'm stitching it, it finally dawned on me, oh, that's a ghost. Oh, you're a goober, Amy. So yeah. In her instructions, in the pattern, she gives you very explicit instructions on how to finish this bowl. I mean, step by step by step. Also, she gives you the templates to do this. All you have to do is print them out on cardstock and then cut them out. And so there's outer ones and there's inner ones. The inner ones are covered with just any old regular fabric. And I chose to fussy cut some Halloween fabric that I had so that the inside would not be a complete chaotic mess. I wanted it to have some order and symmetry, just like the outside of the box. She also shows you how to attach these beads. And at first I was like, oh, I really want those beads because then they help cover up. See the stitching on the bottom? That doesn't matter so much, that's on the bottom. But it's also then on these outside, and that wouldn't look so great, right? But she shows how you attach these beads to kind of cover that up. And I was like, I really like that, but wow, that's a lot of beads. And I'm a cheapskate. I am a total cheapskate, okay? And I was like, do I really want to waste a bunch of my beads for that? And then I was like, okay, Amy, stop. First of all, is it wasting them when you're actually using them on the project and to make it beautiful? No, it's not a waste. It's not. And then I remembered also, remember when you went to like Swiss Goodwill and found a whole bunch of like full containers of beads for $1 each and bought them? Yeah, I remember that. Were there some black beads in there? Oh, yeah, there are. Was that package so stuffed full that even after doing 6 sides of this bowl, the package still looks full? Yeah, it does. Yeah. So but I had to talk myself off the ledge because my first instinct is no, don't waste it. Anyway, that is my bowl. It was a lot of hand sewing. She also recommends to hand whip stitch. Once you stick this in, you carefully sew these two, the outer and the edge together. My fingers, completely honest, were sore from holding the needle. So I glued that sucker in, and then I glued some cording around the top and called it good. I was not going to whip stitch. I was done. I hand sewed enough. Love the bowl. Super cute. Might even make another one using her templates again, but without stitching them and just making them out of some cute fabric, maybe for a gift. I don't know, but super cute. Thanks, Doreen. Totally worth the price. That was a great pattern. All right. I also discovered that I had no Halloween autumn stuff. In the little area that I decorate, I've made the Brooks Books spring and the summer pantry shelf design, and so I did the autumn one. And this one had no beads on it originally, and I added beads here. I don't know, let's see if I can get it. See the beads there? I added the beads for a little bit of bling. Changed the bird. He's also got a little bead eye there. Changed the bird. It was supposed to be a dark brown, and I made it black because a good raven crow is black. And really liked that. And then I did this companion piece from Lizzie Kate to also go with that. Whip that up nice and quickly. Using the same colors that were in here so that it would kind of coordinate. I ignored completely what she had called for and used just floss colors, DMC floss colors that were out of this. Then I mismatched, I Frankensteined, which is also very appropriate for Halloween, 2 different patterns together to make this to go with it. Hey, there you go. Hang on straight. Again, using floss colors from here. So made some little leaves and acorns. And then I realized, right now I've got that little area decorated for Halloween. And after Halloween, I decorate for Thanksgiving. And yes, I have Thanksgiving decorations. And we do not decorate for Christmas until the day after Thanksgiving, sometimes 2 days after Thanksgiving. But I realized that this, although super cute, was not really Halloween-y. And so I needed something quick and small and cute to go in the middle square, but that was Halloween-y. And so I found this is from Rainbow Gallery. And so I made this cute little trick or treat. Now I changed the design a little bit. The trick or treats was actually originally all underneath the candy corn, mom and dad, or mom and baby. But I went ahead and changed it a slight bit and just added it up here so it would fit the area better. And then it was still a little bare, and so I had, these are brads left over from my scrapbooking days, and I stuck them through the Ada. Now the only bummer is you can kind of see a little bit of the black thread through there, but when you stand back, it's fine. It's only when it's up close and in bright light. So, and I couldn't figure out a way to change it anyway. So this now is going in my display, my Halloween area, and then I will change out the middle section and leave it up for Thanksgiving. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new starts that are also completely fully finished since the last time I filmed. So that was kind of worth waiting for, right? Right? Yes, I think so too. And then I had one more finish and completely finished. Now this, I had already started this before. Okay? It's this design that I got a year ago, like today, at the Stitch West retreat. I won not only, everybody got the pattern, but I won all the finishing items and floss and fabric. I won the whole thing. They pulled my name out of the hat and I won, and I was so excited. So thank you, Jordan and Jody, her mom, who are now part of the Little Stitch Girls, I guess. Even though They're not girls. They're lovely women. But yes, Little Stitch Girl. Love this pattern. She designed this based on Utah because the retreat is in Utah. But I loved it because, okay, I was born and lived in Utah till I was 11. But it also, so that's my homeland. But also, it looks very Switzerland to me. With the mountains and the little house, the little Waldhütte there, mountain cabin, and the mountain lake. I mean, that's Switzerland. So I really, really love this pattern. Absolutely love it. And using her gifted items to me, I completely, fully finished it. Now, normally I take out glass from frames. I left the glass in this one because even though it creates a little bit of a glare, this is not going to be hung up just for winter. This is going to be hung up all the time because this is my two homelands in one, Utah and Switzerland, and I just want it up all the time. And it's a reminder of Stitch West. It's a reminder of all the amazing people that I met there, and nothing but good memories from this. So it's hanging up all the time to make me happy. Okay. I have one more finish. It's not completely finished, but it is a finish. Last time you saw this, I was almost done with my pilgrim wife. Well, now she's completely done. And not only is she done, but do you notice something different? Remember how I said I'm kind of a cheapskate? Yeah, I'm a cheapskate. I love the buttons that came with the original pattern. Let me get this out here. They are Jabco buttons that you can order. There's like a sunflower, there's like a pumpkin, there's a fish hanging off of him. She's got a pie and a bird and like another bird down there. Super cute. Super, super cute. $30 freaking for some buttons. The pattern was like $10. I can't. Do I know they are handmade? Do I know it is a complete artistry? It requires a lot of talent and skill. Abso-freaking-lutely I do. I still can't make myself pay $30 for some buttons. Especially when I have a giant bag full of Fimo sitting in my house. So yeah, they don't look the same. But I don't care. I made my own pumpkin. I made my own pie. I had little tiny buttons. Buttons for their clothes. So those are on there. Yes, I only had 2 buttons because I used to have 3 and I lost one and I don't know where it was. I even took apart my whole couch and looked underneath it and found one, but I couldn't find the other one. And found a whole bunch of other interesting stuff under my couch. But not that. But it's okay. 2 buttons and 1 button. They're fine. It's fine. I did make a sunflower Fimo button. And look, I even made the little leaves. But I decided he didn't need it. He's a manly pilgrim. What's he carrying a freaking flower for? So I left it off. Yeah. Love them. They're going to be turned into stand-ups and displayed at Halloween. But yes. So that is my, that is forever then will be a testament to my cheapskatedness that I refuse to pay $30 for buttons and went ahead and crafted my own. That I agree are not as high quality, but I don't care. I think they're super cute and I like how they turned out and I'm happy. And I saved $30 that I can spend somewhere else on other stuff. Okay. Since you last saw me, I have been on 2 trips. One is a trip to Cologne, Germany, and one was a trip to the hospital. So I'll tell you about the Germany trip first. It happened on the same exact weekend as Stitch Basel Light, which of course, there's always good things happening at the same time and you have to choose. Well, last year my son turned 25, which is a big milestone birthday, right? He's a freaking quarter of a century old. And so I wanted to do something special to celebrate that. Unfortunately, it was the same time as Stitch Basel, which I was very involved in and there was a lot to do and there was just no energy, no time, no headspace to do that. So I had told him several months ago that this birthday would be his birthday trip, even though it was supposed to be for 25. And for the other kids, if they wanted, I'll do it when they're 25. But for him, we had to do it at 26. Pick anywhere in Europe he wants to go, and he and I will go there. And so he picked a place, Cologne, Germany. And of course, then Dawn announced the dates. Frosty X Stitch announced the dates for Stitch Puzzle Light. And I was like, dang, that's the same weekend. Oh, I guess I'm not going. So as we're getting ready for our trip, I'm seeing everybody's Instagram posts about they're going to Stitch Puzzle Light, and it's going to be so fun. And yeah, I was happy to be with my son, but I wished I could have been in two places at once. That would have been really fun to see everybody. And yeah. While we were there in Cologne, we ate awesome food because my son loves to eat lots of new stuff. We had some Thai food. We have some Korean food. We had a delicious doner kebab. And of course, we ate at the German bakery every morning because I know. You hear about French bakeries all the time. But can I just say, German bakeries, they're up there, man. They make just as delicious pastries and sweet and savory delectables as even more than the French ones. So that was fantastic. We went to the big cathedral there in Köln, the dome. We walked up to the very top of the tower. It was like almost, 535 steps? Something like that. Up and then back down. Walked all over the inner city. We both love medieval things and Roman things, and there was city walls and parts of old city walls and towers and museums full of art and just churches and just all kinds of stuff. It was fabulous. It was a great5 We took the night train up, so sort of slept. I couldn't. When I bought the tickets, there was no beds left, so but for $5 each extra, we got to go in first class on the train. And our tickets there and back, first class, both ways, for both of us, were more than half cheaper, so less than half the price of a plane ticket. So we took the train. So we left Wednesday night, drove in the night on the train, so I kind of slept. But then on the way back, we had like a 6-hour train ride. And it was in the day, towards the evening, and so I cross-stitched. And I had brought something to cross-stitch, knowing that we would have a lot of time on the train. And so I brought my Stitcher's Alphabet from Brooks Books. I did the I, and I started this thing on the trip. So that was great. And I even did some of the beading on there. Yeah, I did do some of the beading on the train. We got back Saturday night late. Sunday I went to church. Sunday afternoon I laid down for a nap, as you do, and all of a sudden started shivering. I was so cold. My husband kept piling blankets on me. At one point, then I had 10 blankets on top of me, including a feather duvet folded in half, so double over me, and I was barely warm enough. Got up to 105-degree fever. He finally took some aspirin, ibuprofen for that. My head really hurt. In the morning, I was still miserable. My husband's like, I called the doctor, you've got an appointment. And I was like, you big meanie, I do not want to get out of bed. I feel horrible. I do not want to go to bed. I don't want to go to the doctor. I want to stay in bed. And he's like, come on, let's get up. And he had to physically help me get in the shower, get showered off, put on some semi-clean clothes. And, well, they were completely clean, but super sketchy, very comfortable. Just barely a half a step up above pajamas, okay? And went to the doctor. And he took some blood, and he was like, oh boy, your white blood cells are off the charts. I don't even want to give you antibiotics. It's so bad you're going straight to the hospital to get IV antibiotics, because they'll work faster. I was like, oh, okay. So then I was in the hospital from Monday till Thursday night. And I kept saying, I feel fine. I don't really need to be here. But at the same time, I did nothing but I didn't even watch TV. I watched some Flosstubes. But I just was completely fine sitting in bed and cross-stitching and doing nothing else because I was sort of on bed rest. I could get up and shower and go to the bathroom, and that was it. For 4 days. And I didn't start to get bored until the last couple of hours of the last day. So clearly I was not healthy because I was fine. Like, I'm not sitting here. I just wanted to be home because hospital's never fun. But I do enjoy hospital food. I know I'm weird. Now, one, Swiss hospital food is pretty good. And at least in my experience. And two, anything I don't have to cook is the best thing I've ever eaten. Ever. It doesn't matter what it is. I like airplane food. I like hospital food. So I had a lot of time. So that's why I got these other letters done. I still have a couple more beads to do on that L, but otherwise I've got 4 more letters completely done since the last time you saw me. But then I ran out. I didn't have any more of the patterns or the floss to do any of the next letters. Fortunately, the hospital is literally 5 minutes from our house. So my husband was able to visit me every day, and he could bring me fresh clothes. He could FaceTime me, and I'd be like, bring me that project back. So then, while I was in the hospital, it was leap year. And so I worked on the 25th. Well, I do my leap year cell on the 25th because that's when my brother was born. And so I worked on that all day in the hospital. So I think last time I was here, I was partially through letter H. So I did all these letters and all these letters. So that's coming along very nicely. Maybe I should say what this is. This is Cherry Garden from Twin Peak Primitives. I'm not really one for samplers, but I really, really liked this. It was pretty unique. I just liked all of it. So I guess I like some samplers. I just don't like, this is more of a picture one, not so much all those alphabets. This is just one alphabet. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I worked on that in the hospital. Then I finally got to come home. Yay! Woo! And I started working on my full coverage again. Van Gogh never, actually it's pronounced Van Gogh. Van Gogh never met the fellowship. Now, the last time I showed this, I was at 12%. I am now at 14%. Yay! 2 more percent. And let me tell you what, that doesn't seem like a whole lot in 7 weeks. But this was a hard-fought, hard-won 2 extra percent. Because what I did was I chose several colors, some of the lower numbered colors, and worked on them everywhere. Color completed them in the top half. There's maybe, to some of them have 100 to 200 stitches down here scattered throughout the bottom, but I did them completely finished in this top half. And so some of them were quite confetti-ish. And so as you know, anybody who's done any kind of full coverage, that takes longer, right? Because you're having to constantly search for them, find them, start a thread, stop a thread. Because even doing extreme cross country in some places, it was too extreme. I had to end the thread. So that 2% doesn't seem like a lot, but it was a lot of work. And it was still I still did almost 4,500 stitches. So I wasn't just sitting around eating bonbons, people. But yeah, this is coming along great. I still love it. I'm glad that I chose to take a little break so that I could continue to love it. I think that was a good decision. And so that I didn't get burned out on it. And then today, I haven't worked on it at all because I was finishing things. So I could show you, and then I'm filming. But yesterday, I had to go into work last minute, just for an hour to do some training that I missed while I was in the hospital. Because we're finally getting the thing where you can check out ebooks, digital books. yeah, we're a little bit behind. But we finally have joined the 21st century and are offering that starting next week at our library. And so I had to be trained on how the program worked. I had to download it on my own phone so that I could show others how to do it, whatever. So I had like a half an hour before because I woke up early, got all ready, and I was like, I had a half an hour before I needed to leave. And that's not really enough time to pull out a big project, and it's not enough time to even bother doing something in the house. So I just sat on my bed and pulled out this Prairie Schooler Santa that I started a really long time ago. And in half an hour, I got done just this little bit of ecru. That was all I had done. Some of the little white trim on Santa's coat. It's going to be this one when it's done. But yeah, I'll probably work on this in between when I need a break from my big intensive full coverage, since it is starting to be the Christmas season. They are selling Christmas cookies in the store. Yes, I've already bought 2 packages. You have to remember that although I celebrate Halloween and I celebrate Thanksgiving, in Germany, in Europe, those things don't really exist. And, Thanksgiving for sure doesn't, and Halloween only kind of sort of does. And Christmas officially starts with the first Advent, which is, so that the 4 Sundays before Christmas are the Advent season, okay? And so that's all officially Christmas time. So really, having Christmas treats already in the store in October is completely fine, because Christmas starts the beginning of December, sometimes the end of November. And you only get those Christmas treats at Christmas time. So if we're adding on an extra month and a half to that, I have no problem with it. Chocolate-covered Lebkuchen is the bomb. Oh, so good. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. But because it's sort of the Christmas season, I think I'll probably continue to work on this one. Especially since I have such a good start on it, right? I could finish that little here and there, everywhere, bits. So, yeah, those are my plans. Work on that, continue working on my big full coverage, fully finish my little pilgrims into stand-ups. I've never made a stand-up, but I've got Vanna Pfeiffer and Helen D on my side, so I am positive that I will be able to conquer the stand-up. And, right, just another little thing. Next week, exactly a week from today, I will be traveling to Kutzenhausen, which is a small town in France, in the Alsace-Lorraine region. It's that area that was was French, and it was German, and it was French, and it was German, and it was French again. And they are having a giant embroidery, handwork, cross-stitch festival. Apparently this happens every year. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Several little, all these retailers from all and manufacturers from all over France and maybe Europe, I don't know, I've never been, show off their wares and sell them. And there's several different shops all over everywhere, and in town halls and different areas. And I'm going with a bunch of friends. So yes, I missed out on Stitch Puzzle Light, but I'm still getting to go hang out with a few, not all my Stitchy friends from Europe, but a few of my Stitchy friends. We've rented an Airbnb. We're going to meet up with some other Stitchers from the area, from Europe, who are coming. Meet up with them for a day and have lunch or something and hang out. I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. And so what I think I will do is that even though this is late and it's almost the end of October, I will still come back at the end of October to tell you about the trip and show you all the stuff, because I'm going to have stuff, right? So it'll be shorter, but it'll be its own thing, because I need to do that, because in November, I'm also going to Stuttgart for 2 days to meet up with a bunch of Stitchy people at the Zweigart factory. And my husband and I are going to Cardiff to see the Coors in concert. And so, yeah, I'll have a lot to talk about in November. So I got to talk about Kutzenhausen. And there's this whole big long French name for what the festival is, Embroidery Festival, but I don't know. I can't speak French. So yeah, so I'll have enough to talk about in November's thing that I'm going to make its own video. So yes, lots to look forward to. Thank you so much. I've gotten a few new subscribers. Thank you. It means so much. And I appreciate that you guys keep coming back, and for the few who watch. And apparently half of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. Do you know that it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and that I don't even send you any spam, and neither does YouTube? Don't click on the bell and you won't get a notification. I'll just show up in your subscribed videos. So please subscribe, please. And because I'm always looking for new stitchy friends. Yeah, I guess that's it until for in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.